How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
At Homestead High School, we are at Walters Memorial Field for the semifinal round of the IHSAA football sectionals. After a bye week, the Northrop Bruins pay a visit to the 11th ranked Homestead Spartans. Homestead comes in. They won the first meeting between these two teams way back in August. In fact, it was on opening night, 41-28. Overall, the Spartans have won 10 in a row against Northrop. They'll meet for the fourth time in a little more than a calendar year. It was October 16th last year. Homestead beat Northrop 42-16. That was in the regular season finale. They met 2 weeks later in the sectional semifinals, much like tonight. Homestead won that one 48-14. They met in the season opener this year. That was a 41-28 win for Homestead. So very similar scores in those three matchups. And for Northrop, that marked 3 consecutive games that they played against the Homestead Spartans. Winner of this game tonight will advance to the sectional final next week. They'll take on either Carroll out of the Summit Athletic Conference or the Warsaw Tigers. Northrop's 2 wins this year came against North and Fort Wayne South. They're coming off a tough 31-28 loss last week to Fort Wayne Dwenger. Meanwhile, the Homestead Spartans, they come in number 11 in Class 6A tonight. Their 2 losses came in the middle of the season, back-to-back setbacks, September 9th and 16th to Snyder and Dwenger. They lost 34-13 to Dwenger and 23-17 to Snyder. And overall, they're averaging just a little over 35 points a ball game. Jordan Presley, the player to keep an eye on for the Spartans. He's rushed for over 1,300 yards and 21 touchdowns. We are underway, and it'll be a touchback as Davion Berry will field it a couple of steps into the end zone. And the Northrop Bruins will go on the attack first. They'll start 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Of course, they are led by Garrett Shanley. He's thrown for over 1,500 yards and 13 touchdowns this season. And we'll see him put the ball up a lot tonight, I'm sure. He'll start with 4 wide receivers, 2 to the left and 2 to the right. He'll work out of the shotgun with Casey Lawrence flanked to his left, and already we've got a whistle. And not sure what. Looked like maybe the chain with the yard markers may have been tangled up just a little bit. Got that all fixed, and now we're ready to play football. First play of the sectional between Northrop and Homestead. Shaley will work out of the shotgun. Drops to throw, looks over the middle. Now he's going to come deep down the right side. He's got a receiver. It is complete and out of bounds all the way up near the 40-yard line. That's Tyler Clibon. And that'll be a first down for the Northrop Bruins as they dial up a long play on 1st and 10. 40 yards on the pass play from Shanley to Clibon. They'll try to run it on the ground with Lawrence on 1st and 10. He'll gain maybe 3. It'll bring up 2nd down for the Bruins. Officially, they'll call it a 2-yard gain. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 8. Again, 4 wide receivers. Barry all the way out to the far side of your screen. Clibon down at the bottom. Lawrence is the lone running back. Shaley again works out of the gun. Handoff goes to Lawrence, looks to bounce it to the outside, and Homestead defense not having any of that. Up there to make the stop for the Spartans was R.J. Carpenter. Loss of 2. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 10. Ball pushed back to the 40. Shanley, big, tall quarterback, 6'5", 190-pound senior. Now looks like they're going to change the play. Play clock down to 7. Shanley's going to have to hurry. Play clock down to 2. He'll just get the snap away, looks to throw, sets up a screen to the outside, and that's probably going to be pass interference against Homestead. And we're facing the opposite direction of the official, so from time to time we may not exactly get the call, but it is going to be against Homestead. May have been holding, we'll see. It's going to be a 10-yard penalty. Actually, it is going to be pass interference, and they'll push it all the way up to the 25. First penalty of the night goes against Homestead, pass interference, and that'll give the Bruins their second first down of the ball game, the first by the way of penalty. Shanley again will go out of the gun with 4 wide receivers. He's got Casey Lawrence flanked to his right. This time he's going to throw it out on the left for Barry, and Barry couldn't come up with it. It'll be second down and 10. A little bit to see the arm strength of Garrett Shanley there as he throws to the big side of the field. Clybone down at the bottom of your screen. Barry up at the top. Part of a 4 wide receiver set. Shanley again works out of the gun, rolls out to the left. Now he's being chased. Now he's going to come back. Still being chased. Shanley is going to let it go down the field, and it's going to be incomplete. That'll bring up third down for the Bruins. But a good job of Shanley to keep the play alive and try to make something out of nothing. Unfortunately, pass falls incomplete for Northrop, and it'll bring up a third down and 10 at the Homestead 25. Even though they lost that game to Northrop last week, or to Dwenger last week, had to give Northrop a lot of confidence coming into the sectional. Here's Shanley again out of the gun. Homestead shows blitz. They try to keep it on the ground with Casey Lawrence, and he is going to be hit and dropped for a loss. That'll bring up fourth down. Casey Lawrence has found it tough to get the running game going here tonight. That's a loss of 3. Bring up a fourth down and 13. And Lawrence has lost 5 yards on his last 2 carries. So it'll be a 37-yard field goal attempt for Shepchick. Snap is good. The kick is on the way, and it is good. He just squeaked it through, a 37-yard field goal for Shepchick. And we saw him out on the field prior to the game getting some extra kicks in. And he was really putting them up and in. So Northrop grabs an early lead with 9:16 to play here in the opening quarter on a 37-yard field goal. From Victor Shepchick. So now we'll get our first look at Homestead. And really, if you follow the Homestead Spartans, primarily a 2-headed monster. Jordan Presley, he's run for 1,305 yards and 21 touchdowns this season, averages 8 yards per carry. And Jair Wright, he has ran for 738 yards and 7 touchdowns, and he's also thrown for 7 touchdowns. So here we go. It'll be Craighead to put it back in play, and this one's going to bounce into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20, and that's where Homestead will start 1st and 10. So not a bad start at all for Northrop tonight. They march down the field, get the 37-yard field goal, and they've got an early lead here in the sectional semifinals as Homestead will get the ball for the first time tonight. Jordan Presley, of course, wears number 1. You'll see him in the backfield most of the night with Jair Wright. Homestead, a team, they like to run the football. And probably look for Presley to get his hands on the ball here on this very first play from scrimmage as the Spartans go 1st and 10 at their own 20. Wright takes the snap. He's going to throw on 1st down. Steps up, comes deep over the middle. He's got a man out there, and it is complete. All the way down inside the 25-yard line. So both teams come up with big plays on their first play from scrimmage. That's Matt Anderson who hauls it in. 58-yard pass play from Jair Wright to Matt Anderson. So much for Presley touching it on the first play from scrimmage. Wright connects with Anderson right down the middle. And it sets the Spartans up 1st and 10. Now into Northrop territory at the 22. Here's a handoff right side as they keep it on the ground with Ketzel. Or excuse me, that was Presley that kept the football.
That's a Homestead 1st down. Down to the Northrop 11.
11-yard pickup on Presley's first carry of the night. 1st and 10, Spartans just outside the 10. Right again will go out of the gun. The handoff goes to Presley, straight up the middle, runs over a defender, and he's taken down inside the 5, down near the 1.5, maybe the 2-yard line. So that'll be a gain of 9 for Jordan Presley. And Homestead knock it on the door with 8:01 to play here in the opening quarter. They trail it 3-0 to Northrop. Wright will work from under center. Handoff again to Presley. Hit at the 5, and he is going to be dropped for a loss. Northrop defense ready for it that time. So that'll be a 2-yard loss for Presley. It'll be 3rd down and 4. They'll spot it at the 5. So theoretically, Homestead can pick up a 1st down without getting into the end zone. They'll run it straight up the middle with Jair Wright, and he's in for the touchdown. So Wright takes it in from 5 yards out. And just like that, Homestead marches right down the field, and they've taken their first lead of the night. So we know a Nepper on to try and tack on the extra point for the Spartans. Snap is good, hold is good, and the kick is on the way. And it is good. And with 7:14 to play here in the first quarter, Homestead has their first lead of the night as the Spartans are now out in front 7-3. And if the first 2 possessions of this game are any indication, we may be in for an entertaining night of sectional football. Well, we were talking in the press box prior to the game tonight with a lot of the coaches about how spectacular the weather is tonight. Temperature at kickoff right around 60, expected down into the mid-50s by the completion of the game tonight and for the final Friday night in the month of October. As they say, that ain't bad. Spent many a Friday night, bone-chilling, rainy weather in the sectional in October, but not tonight. Here we go, line drive kick, and it's bobbled by Northrop. It's picked up by Barry out across the 15, looking for a block. Flag comes down as Barry returns it out across the 30 to about the 32-yard line, but we'll have to check the penalty marker back at the 20.
Tackled by Adam Lutz. Jack Klein, but there is a flag on the play.
It's going to come back, either a hold or a block in the back, I'm sure, against Northrop. Officials discuss it. Now we'll get the call. So it's going to be against Northrop. The flag is back at the 20, and that's where they'll mark the penalty from. Well, now they're not sure where they're going to mark the penalty from. So they'll mark it from the 20, and that's going to push it all the way back to the 10-yard line. So Northrop's going to start backed up deep in their own territory for their second drive of the night. 7:05 to play here in the second quarter. Shanley will work. Let's see. Out of the gun again. He's got Casey Lawrence flanked to his left. He looks to throw on first down. Quick out to Clybone. And they'll get it out to the 15-yard line. So that'll give them a little breathing room and make it 2nd down and 5. Second catch of the night for Tyler Clybone.
Completed to Cliven. Tackled by Ivory. And Rogers.
Clock continues to run here in the first quarter. 6.5 minutes to play. It's 7-3 Homestead. Northrop looks at a 2nd down and 3. Officially a 7-yard pickup on that last throw from Garrett Shanley. Lawrence gets the handoff, and not much there up the middle.
Casey Lawrence, the ball carrier.
And that'll bring up a 3rd down now for Northrop. They're going to spot it.
Bilbrey and Carpenter on that.
Looks like at about the 24-yard line.
Brings up 3rd and short for the Bruins.
That'll make it 3rd down and short now for Northrop. Bruins appeared to have gotten a really good spot after that play. Let's see if they can take advantage of it on 3rd down and 1. Shanley up under center. They'll try the quarterback sneak, and a second effort is going to get him the first down. So second effort turns a no gain into a gain of 3 for Garrett Shanley. First time we've seen him keep the football tonight comes on a quarterback sneak. And that'll set the Bruins up with their 3rd first down of the night. Clybone, the receiver, out to the bottom of your screen. Davion Berry, he's up top, part of 3 wide receivers to the big side of the field. Now Shanley looks over the defense, checks the plays on his wrist. Now he's ready. Handoff goes to Casey Lawrence. This time looks to bounce it to the outside, and he is hit, shakes a tackle, and he's going to pick up a couple.
Tackled by Shannon.
Anderson in on the stop for Homestead.
Rogers on the tackle also. Only picked up about 1.5 yards on that.
A little shy of a 2-yard gain. It'll bring up a 2nd down and a long 8 now for Northrop. Shanley again will work out of the shotgun with Lawrence back there with him in the backfield. This time they'll bunch 3 wide receivers up to the short side of the field. They'll go a reverse, and it's a flea flicker back to Shanley. He goes deep down the left sideline. Got Barry. He's got it. Davion Barry down to the 1. Oh my, reaching into the bag of tricks are the Northrop Bruins. A reverse flea flicker. And it results in a huge completion, and now we've got a flag down. So I'll have to wait and see what this flag's all about.
There's a flag out there. 10-yard line.
But what a play for the Northrop Bruins. Going to be a sideline warning against Northrop.
For Northrop.
So a sigh of relief, I'm sure, for the guys in the white jerseys tonight, as the play will stand and Northrop will have it first and goal. They'll spot it at the 2. They'll keep it on the ground to Lawrence, and ball come loose, and Homestead says they've got it. And they do. So after a huge play, got the Bruins all the way down to the 2-yard line. They turn it over on the fumble. I couldn't see who came out of it, out with a football for Homestead, but nonetheless, the Spartans have it. And they're going to bring it all the way out to the 20. Adam Lutz had the football for Homestead. So now the Spartans will go first and 10 from their own 20, leading 7-0 and dodging a big bullet that time from Northrop. So Wright goes to work, out of the gun, throws over to the near side, and it's incomplete. Pass intended out there for Brock Billings. They'll bring up a second down and 10 now for the Spartans. Wright again will work out of the shotgun. He's got Presley back there with him. We're down to 3:56 to play here in the opening quarter. Wright takes the snap, handoff goes to Presley. Straight up the middle, and he is going to be driven back after a short gain.
Just a couple of yard gain by Kenny.
Kenny in on the stop for Northrop. It'll be third down now for the Homestead Spartans. They'll bunch out 3 wide receivers to the near side of the field. Presley, the lone setback. Wright again will work out of the shotgun. Now Wright's ready to go. He'll shift Presley over to his right. Looks to throw on 3rd and long. Deep down the right side. He's got Anderson, and he couldn't haul it in out near midfield. He had him. Pass was just a little long, and Anderson couldn't bring it in, and that'll bring up 4th down now for Homestead and our first punt of the night. And on to punt, it'll be Noah Nepper. Coming back deep to return it for Northrop is going to be Keyshawn Edwards. He'll stand back near his own 45-yard line. Of course, Edwards serves as a backup running back for the Bruins to Casey Lawrence. Here's Nepper's kick. It's a high, short kick that's going to go out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. We'll see where exactly they decide to mark it. They're going to mark it at the 37-yard line. So Northrop gets really good field position after getting all the way down to the 2-yard line on their last possession before fumbling it away. They reached deep into the bag of tricks to pull out a reverse/flea flicker. And now we're going to have whistles before Northrop can run the snap. I think they're going to put some more time up on the clock. And we've seen that arm strength from Garrett Shanley tonight on a couple different occasions. He hooked up with Tyler Clybone on the game's first play for a 40-yard connection. And we saw him throw it deep down the field to set Northrop up with a 1st and goal inside the 5, only to turn it over. Now the officials are going to go over, and I'm sure this is to relay through the coaches up to the press box to put some more time on the clock. The clock right now says 3. And that's what we're going to go with, I guess, close enough. So we're ready to go. Play clock at 19 as Shanley is in the shotgun. 4 wide receivers, 2 to the near side, 2 to the far side. Shanley is going to keep the football this time. And he is down to about the 36-yard line.
Tackled by Bilbrey.
So that'll bring up 2nd down now for Northrop.
About a 2-yard gain.
Jalen Royal back in for the Bruins. Shanley to work on 2nd down and 8. They'll bunch those receivers up to the short side of the field. Now Shanley's going to step up in the pocket, and it collapses, and he is going to be sacked.
Shanley taken down in the backfield.
Back at about the 37.5-yard line is where they're going to spot it. And that'll bring up a 3rd down for the Bruins as we'll go under 2 to play here in the opening quarter. Royals out of the ball game. Ty Smith back in for the Bruins. Smith will line up on the far side with Davion Berry. It's Clybone and Ben Azura out to the near side. They'll keep it on the ground with Lawrence. Lawrence shifts through the defense. He's got a 1st down before he's run out of bounds inside the 20. Big run for Casey Lawrence.
Homestead 14.
They'll get it all the way down to the 14-yard line. That'll be a 24-yard run for Casey Lawrence. Azura has to hustle off the field as Terrell Davis has checked back in now for Northrop, who will go with the no huddle. Here's flags as they'll try the handoff to Royal. He is going to be hit and dropped for a loss, but looked like a lot of movement on that Northrop offense.
Royal tackled deep in the backfield.
Wouldn't be surprised maybe to
For a big loss.
see Homestead decline that penalty, and they will. They'll take the tackle for a loss. All the way back at the 22. So they lose 9 and the down. That'll bring up a 2nd down and about 19 now for the Bruins. Lawrence, the lone running back. He's back there with Shanley, who will come up to the line and change the play. Now he's going to shift Lawrence over to his left side. They'll go 2 wide receivers each side of the field. Handoff goes to Lawrence, looks for a hole up the middle, and he is down to near the 15-yard line.
Lawrence, the ball carrier. Tackled by R.J. Carpenter.
They'll mark it at the 16.
Brings up 3rd and about 12.
And that'll cut it to a 3rd and 12. And we know Shipsick's got the leg to get it up and in from here. They're well within his range. He already has a 37-yarder to his credit tonight. Final play of the quarter. Shanley takes the snap, looks to throw. The lefty flushed out of the pocket. Rolls out, lets it go toward the end zone, and that's going to be pass interference. It has to be, and it will be. Against Homestead. And that is going to allow Northrop to run one more play, 1st and goal. So that's going to push the football. We'll see where they officially are going to spot it. So that's going to push it inside the 10. They'll spot it near the 8. And it should be a 1st down now for Northrop. They're going to keep it 3rd down. I thought a pass interference was automatic 1st down. So here we go. 3rd down for Northrop. They'll send Azura in motion to the far side. Here's the pass. It is complete. Down to the 1. Making the catch, that was Ty Smith. That's the end of the quarter. And after 1, 7-3, Homestead with the lead over Northrop. And the Bruins are going to be knocking on the door as we start the 2nd quarter. And Homestead really has to consider themselves fortunate right now that they're already not down in the ball game. The last drive from Northrop got all the way down inside the 5 near the 2-yard line, and the Bruins fumbled it away. And then Homestead went with a 3 and out. And now Northrop has come back and driven right back down the field. And they're going to look at a 1st and goal at the 2. But you figure, you see it time and time again. Northrop, a decided underdog coming into the game tonight. The longer you let the underdog hang around, the more dangerous they can be. And Northrop not lacking any confidence whatsoever through a quarter of play here tonight. Of course, they have absolutely nothing to lose. And now they'll go back to work to start this 2nd quarter. It'll be 1st and goal at the Homestead 2. Shanley's going to get up under center this time. He's got Lawrence dotting the I. They'll run it straight up the middle, and that's a touchdown. They brought the big fella in to run it that time. And now the Bruins are on top 9-7. Antoine Washington Jr. with the touchdown. So Northrop has regained the lead. Now Shepchick will come on and try to tack on the extra point, and it is up and good by plenty. And four-way Northrop has regained the lead now, 10-7. Over the Homestead Spartans here, 9 seconds into the 2nd quarter. We're talking prior to the game, not a very big crowd had turned out for Homestead, but it has started to fill in a little bit in the home bleachers. Of course, the student section across the way from us, all decked out in pink as part of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And this will be the last Friday night for that. Next week we get into November football with sectional championships. The winner of this game will play the winner of the Carroll Warsaw game. So we're set to put it back in play as Northrop has regained the lead 10-7. Nick Craghead will kick it away. Presley back deep to return it for Homestead along with Shannon Cameron. It'll come down to Presley at the 20 on the bounce. Presley out to the 30, still on his feet, down the sideline. And Presley is going to return it all the way out to near midfield. Looks like they're going to spot him just across the 45 and say that's where he stepped out of bounds. And that's where they're going to spot it, right near the 46, I believe. Oh, no, actually, they're going to push it back to about the 43-yard line. So that's where Homestead will start. Still pretty good field position. Have witnessed both teams capable of making dynamic offensive plays here in this first half. Jaya White out of the gun, hands off to Presley. Left side, midfield, big hole. Presley is spun around and finally going to be knocked out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark him at the 37. That'll be a first down for the Homestead Spartans. A 20-yard run for Presley. Jaya Wright again out of the gun. They'll send a man in motion to the far side. Wright keeps the football up the middle, and he is going to be tackled inside or right at the 30. Now a late flag is going to come in and look like maybe a little extracurriculars after the play. We'll see which side they caught. There's flags all over the field. Going to be a dead ball, unsportsmanlike against Northrop. And boy, if you're the Bruins and you've got the momentum kind of going in your way, that's the last thing you want to do is tack on 15 at the end of a run. That's what we're doing here. That is going to push it all the way up inside the 20 where they'll mark it at about the 15. It'll be 1st and 10 Spartans. All the way up at the 15-yard line. Anderson, the wide receiver, out to the bottom of your screen. They'll go with 2 to the top. They'll keep it on the ground with Presley. Looks to get around the left corner, and he's going to be ridden out of bounds at around the 10. Shanley with the tackle.
Presley on another nice run. Tackle by Gavin Shanley. Takes the ball down to...
So that'll bring up 2nd down now for the Homestead Spartans. Ranked 11th in the final AP poll this year in Class 6A. Trying to answer Northrop's last touchdown with a score of their own. 11:23 to play, first half. Man in motion to the near side. Jaya Wright is going to keep it, and he is straight up the middle, and that is another touchdown for the Homestead Spartans. 2nd rushing touchdown of the night for Jaya Wright. And that's going to put Homestead back in front. 9-yard touchdown run for Jaya Wright. That goes along with his 5-yard run earlier. And now it'll be Knepper on to try and tack on the extra point. He's a pretty reliable kicker, and he puts this one up and through. And just like that, in about the time you could blink an eye, Homestead comes right back down the field. They answer with a score, and they have regained the lead 14-10. All started with a nice return from Jordan Presley out to near the 45. A big run by Presley, but maybe the biggest play may have come after a play, the 15-yard unsportsmanlike penalty against Northrop. That advanced the ball inside the red zone for Homestead. Royal, Edwards, and Barry will be back deep to return it for Northrop. And set to kick it away again will be Chase Gott for Homestead. (14-10), Spartans back on top. Gott will put it back in play, and we're going to have offsides on the kickoff against Homestead.
In our other sectional game, Warsaw 3 at the end of the first quarter. Carroll 0.
Well, that's going to march it back to the 35, and this might give Barry a chance to return it, either he or Keyshawn Edwards. Previous two kickoffs from Homestead have gone into the end zone. So we'll see if Barry or Edwards gets a chance to return this one. Gott ready to kick it away. Here we go. This time it'll be a line drive kick, and it's going to be fielded by Edwards at the 15 to the 20, 25, and he is going to be knocked down at about the 26-yard line. So Northrop will come out back on offense. We've seen Garrett Shanley and company dial up the big play on more than one occasion so far in this one. Shaley again will work out of the gun. He's got four wide receivers, two to the big side, two to the near side. That's Davion Barry down at the bottom of your screen. Shanley looks, throws back across his body. It's incomplete. Intended out there for Ben Azura. And that'll bring up second down now for Northrop. Shanley doesn't mind throwing over to that big side of the field as Royal is going to check back in for the Bruins. You've already seen them reach deep down into their bag of tricks tonight. Of course, if you're Homestead defensively, that puts you on your toes just a little bit. This time, it's nothing tricky to that, as it's Lawrence straight up the middle, and he is close to a first down and maybe appears to even have it. Official will get a good look at it. It'll be a first down for the Bruins. So Northrop, who has lost to Homestead 3 times in a little more than a calendar year. My scores of 41-28, 41-14, and 41-28 are hanging with them tonight. Now Shanley going to change up the play. He'll shift Lawrence over to his left. Again with 4 wide receivers. They'll keep it on the ground. That's Lawrence. And not much of a gain there for Casey Lawrence. That'll bring up second down with 10:30 to play here in the first half. Of course, most of the 5 and 6A schools had byes last week. All in action tonight. Royal and Barry over to the near side of the field. Lawrence will work from the left. This time gets the delayed handoff. He's across the 40, big hole, and Lawrence is going to be run down at about the 30 of Homestead. That'll be about a 32-yard run for Lawrence. And again, Northrop showing big play capability in this one. That'll take us under 10 minutes here to play here in this first half. And here's the snap. Lawrence, or this is Edwards this time, spins, And he's to the 25, and he is going to be driven down, and that'll be a nice gain on first down for Keyshawn Edwards.
Tackled by Keeper Brown. And Deswitsky also on that tackle.
Nice run pass balance out of the Bruins so far tonight. Team that is pretty much known for liking to throw the ball a lot. Still running with 4 wide receivers, but they are running a lot with Lawrence and Edwards. It's Edwards in there at running back now by Shanley. Shanley going to keep the football. He lost it. It's loose. Who's got it? No indication yet. And it looks like Northrop was fortunate enough to fall on it. And they were. Alex Wojciechowski pounced on it for the Bruins. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 4, and Northrop has to feel very fortunate right at the time being. Could have been the second drive killed by a fumble tonight. Here's Shanley to throw. Lefty winds up deep down the left side. Got a man. That's Azura, and that is a touchdown. 24 yards. Shanley to Azura. And Northrop has regained the lead. And this may come down to who's got the football last, the way it's going. And Al Sepchik will come on and again try and tack on the extra point as Northrop has regained the lead. High snap, they get it down. Shepchik gets it up and through. And with 8:40 to play here in the second quarter, his flags come in again late. Northrop has taken the lead 17-14, but after the kick by Sepchik, and teams that appeared to apparently go their own way, we had flags come in. That'll be a dead ball, personal foul against Homestead. Or check that, against Northrop. And that's the second one of those we've seen against the Bruins tonight after a play. So the Bruins regain the lead 17-14. But are now going to be forced to kick off from the 35. Or check that. They're going to push it back and they'll have to kick off from the 20, 25. Nonetheless, that doesn't dampen what has been an exciting high school football game to this point. We have seen big play capabilities demonstrated on both sides. And right now, the Northrop Bruins have the lead 17-14. So here we go. The Bruins set to put it back in play. Presley back deep to return it along with Cameron Shannon. It'll be a squib kick that is going to be fielded up around the 35-yard line and returned into Northrop territory. That's Braden Layton on the return. And now another flag after the play was over. And now another flag has been thrown.
Now another one.
And Northrop may be kind of self-destructing just a little bit, where they still have the lead. We'll have to wait and see what the flags are for. Not sure who the penalties are on just yet. Now we'll get a call from the official. There we go. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike against Northrop. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike against Homestead. Dead ball, 2 dead ball personal fouls or unsportsmanlikes against Homestead.
Unsportsmanlike penalty against Northrop.
Wow.
Unsportsmanlike against Homestead.
So Homestead wins that hand with a deuce. And that'll push it all the way back into Spartan territory at the 42. You take away the unsportsmanlike penalties, this has been a nearly penalty-free ball game tonight. We've had more than a handful of unsportsmanlike flags tonight. That'll push it back to the 42 of Homestead, where it'll be first down and 10 when play resumes. Right now, as it stands, Northrop has the lead, 17-14. We've still got 8:30 to play here in the first half, and this game is not lacked excitement. Jaya right, and the high-powered Homestead offense will go back to work. Presley, the running back, gets the handoff. Looking for a hole up the middle, finds a big hole. He is going to dance his way into Northrop territory all the way down to near the 40-yard line.
Homestead, big first down. Tackled by Joey Brooks.
And it'll be about a 22-yard run for Presley again. That'll give the Spartans a first down inside Northrop territory. Now Jaya Wright going to look over to the sidelines, and they'll change the play. Anderson, the receiver, out to the near side of the field. They'll go with 4 wide. Handoff Presley. Big hole right side, up the middle. Jordan Presley's going to take this one to the house. It is a 41-yard touchdown run. And yet another big play on the board tonight between Homestead and Northrop. And a flag again. So hold on, this one may be coming back. Unsportsmanlike again against Homestead. The touchdown is going to stand, but another unsportsmanlike penalty.
Against Homestead, but after the touchdown run, so the touchdown counts.
Presley gets his first touchdown of the night. It gives Homestead the lead back, and for Presley, his 22nd rushing touchdown of the season. And now Nepper is going to come on and attempt the extra point, as apparently the penalty will be enforced on the kickoff. So Nepper on to try now to extend this lead for Homestead to 21-17, and he does. And we do it without a flag. So 7:54 to play here in the first half. Homestead back on top now, 21-17. So now it'll be Homestead's turn, or Northrop's turn, to see what they can do. So we're just about set to go. As we'll put it back in play, and we'll see what other kind of big plays we can dial up tonight. It'll be Barry. He bobbles the kickoff out across the 25. Now runs the opposite direction, and he lost about 4 or 5 yards after reversing his field. And Homestead, for all intents and purposes, after the unsportsmanlike penalty, really no worse for the wear, as they're going to spot it out near the 25. And field position has yet to slow Northrop down tonight. They have found the ability to dial up big play after big play. It's Barry and Ty Smith out to the near side. It's a pass to Barry, and he can't bring it in. And that'll bring up a second down, pass incomplete.
Incomplete screen pass by Northrop. Brings up 2nd and 10.
So 2nd down and 10 for the Bruins. A seesaw game here in the opening night of the sectional for Northrop and Homestead. Shanley again, as he does about 98% of the time, will work out of the shotgun. Takes the snap, drops to throw, comes over the left side. It's incomplete. Anderson with the interception for Homestead. He's back the other direction. Anderson down the sideline, and he's going to step out of bounds inside the 5. So another big play, this time the first one we've had defensively. And Matt Anderson comes up with the interception and sets Homestead up 1st and goal inside the 5. .732 to play, and boy, if you're Northrop, those are the kind of mistakes you can't make.
Check that. He was ruled down at the 3-yard line.
I guess maybe the PA announcer was the last to realize it wasn't a touchdown. Nonetheless, it'll be 1st and goal Homestead. Anderson, who just had the interception, he'll come out to the bottom of your screen as a wide receiver. Jaya Wright with Presley behind him, who scored his 22nd touchdown of the season just moments ago. Here's the snap. And around the end for the touchdown for Homestead is Raber.
3-yard touchdown run for Homestead.
And now Homestead, with back-to-back quick scores, have put a little distance between themselves and Northrop. They've run the score up to 10. So now again, it'll be Nepper to come on and try and tack on the extra point. That is our 4th score here in this quarter, and we have yet to play 5 minutes. And Nepper's extra point is up as good.
Homestead, 28.
And with 7:28 to play here in the first half, Homestead has now run their lead out to 28-17. And if you're Northrop, you've got to be figuring you've got to come up with something offensively this time, because you've already fallen behind by 11 to a Homestead team that could just pound it out on the ground and run a lot of clock once they get to the second half. Edwards back deep to return it for Northrop. Now Davion Berry back deep as well. Also standing back there, Shayton Vaughn. And this one's going to carry into the end zone and come out to the 20. Another touchback for the Homestead Spartans. And let's see if Northrop can shake off the last few minutes and get their offense back on track. Warsaw leading Carroll 10-0. Homestead has scored 3 touchdowns here in this quarter. Here's a pass incomplete. Intended out on the near side, as Ty Smith was the intended receiver. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 now for Northrop. Shanley will work out of the gun, takes the snap. Handoff goes to Lawrence. Big hole up the middle, and he is all the way out to near the 30, and that is just short of a 1st down. Quick handoff and a nice burst by Casey Lawrence. Brings up a 3rd down and short. Shanley looks to keep the football. He's got the 1st down and more as he is all the way out to the 40. That'll be a gain of 11, but hold on, we've got flags on the field. And it looked like the official may have been pointing toward Homestead. Now he's going to point to Northrop's way. So that'll be holding against Northrop. That'll nullify the 1st down. So that's going to push it all the way back to the 24, where it'll be 3rd down again. 3rd down and 6 for Northrop. Four wide receivers. Edwards now in at running back. Royal in the slot to the near side. Here's Shanley, rolls out to the near side. It's complete, and they tried the hook and ladder. Ball comes loose, but they are going to say he was down. Pass complete out there to Gavin Shanley. And they went for the hook and ladder, but Shanley's knee was down when he caught the ball. It's going to be shy of the 1st down by about a yard. Or no, they give him the 1st down. They mark it just across the 30 at the 31. They needed the 30. So that is enough to move the sticks and give Northrop the 1st down. Here's Shanley again out of the gun. He's got 4 wide receivers with Royal and Davion Berry bunched up here on the short side of the field. They'll run it straight up the middle with Keyshawn Edwards.
Edwards, the ball carrier.
That'll be a short gain. Northrop been really good on 3rd down tonight. They are 5 of 6. Edwards still in there at running back. Shaley again, shotgun formation. Takes the snap, delayed handoff to Edwards. Looks around the right side and not much doing there. Homestead defense stayed home and was waiting. And a flag down.
Offensive holding against Northrop.
That's going to be holding once again against Northrop. And the Bruins at times tonight have been their own worst enemy with the penalties. That'll push it all the way back to the 20. And it'll make it second down at about 20. Ball just across the 20, near the 21, so they need to get to the 40 for the first down. So officially we'll call it second down and 19. Edwards, the lone running back. He's flanked to the right of Shanley, who looks to throw. The lefty pump fakes and then is sacked. Brown gets credit with the sack. He came in with a blitz and takes down Shanley, who pump faked and went down. That'll be a loss of 10 all the way back to the 11-yard line. And now Northrop looking at a third down and 30. Barry and Royal out to the near side. Shanley again is going to set him up in the shotgun formation. Edwards still in there at running back. Shanley drops to throw. Looks deep down the near side. He's got a man. That's Barry. Ball bobbled and knocked away as Barry and Royal were both in the area. Anderson in there to help break it up for Homestead. And that'll be fourth down, and Northrop will have to kick it away. Barry and Royal run to almost the same spot, and not only were they in the same spot, they brought defenders with them, and a little crowded for four guys to be after one football. So the Bruins will punt it away. It's a nice kick that Raber will field at his 40 to the 35, and that's where he's going to be knocked down at about the 31-yard line. So great field position again for Homestead to start this drive. They have scored 3 touchdowns already here in this quarter. Jaya Wright scored on a 9-yard run, Presley a 41-yard run, and then Grant Raber had a 3-yard run. All here in this second quarter, and we still have 3:39 to play. Jaya Wright will work out of the gun. Takes the snap, handoff Presley. Up the middle, dodges a couple of tacklers. He has set a school single-season rushing record with that run. Cuts it back to the inside. Somehow stayed on his feet, inbounds, and he's down to the 1-yard line.
Takes it down to the 1-yard line.
And Presley has set a new single-season rushing record for the Homestead Spartans. 28-17. Homestead knocking on the door, trying to add to their lead. We're deep into the second quarter. It's Presley, hurdles over the top, and that's a touchdown. Presley with his second touchdown of the night, his 23rd touchdown of the season. This comes from 1 yard out. And Homestead starting to separate themselves from Northrop here just a little bit. It'll be Nepper again on to try and tack on the extra point. Mentioned Homestead at the top of the broadcast, average 35 a game. They're knocking on the door of putting up 35 here in the first half. Archbold the hold. Nepper's kick is up and good. And the Spartans have now doubled up the Bruins. It's 35-17, 3:11 to play here in the first half. Well, now Northrop with their back against the wall. Try to make something happen and cut into this lead before halftime. Of course, playing a lot of Halloween-themed music here at Homestead tonight. So we're set to go. Northrop going to get the football back again here late in the first half, and Davion Berry is just going to let this one again go into the end zone. A touchback will come out to the 20.
Evan Dock takes that ball into the end zone, and once again.
Of course, I got a feeling that the World Series probably affecting attendance at high school football games all over the area tonight. Of course, first World Series game at Wrigley Field in forever tonight. Here's a throw deep down the left side for Berry, and it's incomplete. A little bit underthrown. And the defensive back that time was Jeremy Kim. Didn't quite see the football coming either. It'll be second down and 10. Again, Shanley will work out of the gun. The handoff to Lawrence. Looks to bounce it to the outside. Now turns it upfield across the 30. Still on his feet across the 35. And finally take it down out near the 36-yard line. That was a heck of a run by Casey Lawrence, who lost his helmet. Now he's going to have to sit out a play. So 35-17. Homestead leads it. We're under 3 to play here in the first half. Here's a handoff. This is Edwards back into the ballgame, hitting the backfield, tries to bounce it to the outside, and not much doing there. He is going to be tackled for a loss. Vecchi in on the stop for Homestead. That'll bring up a second down and 12 now for the Bruins. Shanley again will work out of the gun. Takes the snap. Drops. Now chased out of the pocket. Runs. Looks. Directing traffic downfield. Throws back. Complete to Royal. Stays on his feet out of the midfield. And Royal finally run out of bounds inside the 45. They're going to mark it down near the 42, 43-yard line. Another big play for the Northrop Bruins will keep the drive alive. Back, they're going to spot it all the way up at the it looks like inside the 41, so that looks like a pretty good spot for the Bruins. Again, they're going to bunch up 3 wide receivers to the far side of the field. Berry, the lone receiver, to the short side. Shanley again out of the gun with Edwards in the backfield. Handoff goes to Keyshawn, and he is across the 25, and that's been one of his better runs of the night, Keyshawn Edwards. Brown and Anderson on the stop for Homestead. Northrop trying to go with tempo here on this drive. Down to 1:26 to play. They've made it into Homestead territory, but look like movement up there up front. Jacob Price. All right, tackle moved for Northrop. Tyler Clybone going to check back in for Northrop, and coming off the field is going to be Gavin Shanley. Shanley to throw, looks deep, left side. He's got Barry out there, and he was pushed out of bounds, and that'll be a flag against Homestead. Ivory Wilson in on the coverage for Homestead. And he pushed Barry out of bounds as he was trying to run down the sideline. Now there goes pass interference, and that'll be 15 yards against the Spartans. But if you're Northrop, it also allows you to kind of open up your playbook here in the final minute. That'll push it up to the 23-yard line. Shanley again will stand back there in the shotgun with Edwards flanked to his left. Fakes the handoff to Edwards, throws, complete. That's Azura inside the 15-yard line. And Northrop knocking on the door again. Just under a minute to play. They stop the clock long enough to move the chains. Edwards up the middle, stays on his feet. He's inside the 5, down, and he tries to muscle into the end zone. No signal yet. No, they're going to say he stopped at the 1. Boy, that was close. In fact, they are going to put the nose of the football right on the goal line. Shanley again will work out of the shotgun. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Shanley, quarterback keeper, he's in for the touchdown. This has been some kind of first half. Now Sepstick will come on again to try and tack on the extra point. And there's still 35.8 seconds left here in the half, and the way Homestead has been able to score tonight, that might be an eternity. Septic will try to complete the drive now for Northrop. Puts it up and in. And with 35.8 seconds to play, back to an 11-point ball game.
Now we got another flag.
And another flag after the play.
Extra point was good.
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike again against Northrop. Well, I'll tell you what, if there's been a sectional game with more unsportsmanlike penalties tonight than what we've had here. And that's going to push him back on the kickoff. And again, that's going to allow Homestead to start with more than likely pretty good field position to try and get an answer in the final 35.8 seconds here in the first half. As we mentioned, the winner moves on to play the winner of Warsaw and Carroll next week. At last check, Warsaw was leading that game 10-0. Of course, a matchup with Homestead. Carroll would be interesting. Northrop, Carroll would be interesting. So here we go as Northrop will put it back in play. Again, they are going to kick from their own 25. And Presley is going to stand back at about his own 27. Well, here we go. We'll see if Homestead can find an answer in less than a minute. Kick is going to come down at about the 27. Dodging a couple of tacklers, still on his feet, and out to near midfield. On the return is Cameron Shannon. And a second effort is going to get him into Northrop territory. They're going to spot it at the 49, but this is well within distance with 26 seconds to play for Homestead to maybe add another score here late in the first half. Anderson will be the wide receiver out to the near side of the field. Presley the lone running back. Jaya Wright will work out of the shotgun. Wright takes the snap, looks to throw. Now he's going to tuck it and run straight up the middle. He's across the 40. That's up close to first down territory. In fact, it looks like he's got it from here. That'll stop the clock long enough for him to take a look and move the chains if necessary. And now Homestead's going to take their first timeout of the first half. So Homestead has taken their first timeout. Of course, a lot of interest in the World Series all weekend long in Chicago between the Cubs and the Indians. And they've got to be pretty thankful for the weather that they're going to have in Chicago this weekend. Much like what we've got here in Northeast Indiana. Not bad for the final weekend of October. Of course, our game here tonight, it was in the low 60s at kickoff. Expected to be down into the middle 50s by the time we're done tonight, which I don't think there's anybody in this part of the state will complain about that weather for sectional semifinal night. So here we go. It's a first down for Homestead, 18 seconds left. They've got it at the Northrop 38-yard line, trying to dial up one more score before halftime. Already scored 4 times here in the second quarter. And Wright had to come out of the game for that one play. Hands off to Presley. Still on his feet. Cuts it back up the middle. Presley is going to be all the way down to near the 10-yard line. Of course, Archibald had to come in on that play because Jaya Wright lost his helmet on that last play that he was in on. So now there's going to be a timeout again taken by Homestead with 7 seconds left. They're going to spot it right at the 12. They'll spot it right at the 12, coming up after the timeout. So this game has just featured big play after big play all night long here in this first half. Got a relatively quick first quarter, but a lot of offense, a lot of penalties here in this second quarter, a lot of scoring here in this second quarter. So Jaya Wright is back in at quarterback. Presley in the backfield with him. They'll go with 4 wide receivers. 1st and 10, but the big thing now, only 7.7 seconds left here in the half. Northrop fans below us trying to make some noise. Wright takes the snap, looks to throw. Left side, it's complete, and it's out of bounds inside the 5 with 3.3 seconds left. Billings made the catch. So they're going to bring Nepper out and try and attempt the field goal. It'll be a 20-yard attempt for Noah Nepper. trying to tack on some more points before halftime. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is on the way, and it is good as the clock hits triple zeros. Nepper with a 20-yard field goal will send us to halftime with Homestead leading 38-24. We're going to take a break in the booth, and we'll come back with second half action next. You're watching high school football on Summit City Sports. At Homestead, the Homestead Spartans lead the Northrop Bruins 38-24. It was a second quarter that featured, count 'em, 8 combined scores. Washington had a 2-yard run for Northrop. That gave the Bruins a 10-7 lead. Keep in mind it was 7-3 Homestead at the end of the first quarter. Washington with a 2-yard run made it 10-7 Northrop. Homestead came back. Jair Wright, a 9-yard touchdown run, made it 14-10. 24-yard pass to Azura for Northrop. Presley, a 41-yard touchdown run, made it 21-17. Grant Raber, a 3-yard touchdown run, made it 28-17. Presley then added a 1-yard touchdown run to make it 35-17. Shaley, a 1-yard touchdown run for Northrop, made it 35-24, and then Nepper a 20-yard field goal to close out the half, made it 38-24. It'll be Homestead football to start this second half as the kickoff is brought down inside the 10 and returned out across the 15 by Cameron Shannon. And that's where Homestead will start first and 10 on their first drive here in the second half. Word shootout was thrown around a lot before the game tonight, and that's exactly what it has been. And if you're Northrop, you got to think, what might have been after the reverse flea flicker took the ball all the way down to the 2-yard line, and then they fumbled it away back in the first half. Or they could be within a score right now. No. Got somebody down on the far sideline. And it's the official. Official got knocked down over on the far side of the field, and you look at both teams taking a knee as the trainers are going to tend to him over on the far sideline. Now they're trying to help him up, and they've got him back to his feet. And really, you think about it in football, it's probably 1,000 wonders that doesn't happen more often. And I think maybe we're going to work one official short for at least the time being, as they're going to tend to him further over on the sideline. Trying to walk it off over near the track area that circles the football complex here at Homestead. My first trip here, this is a very, very nice facility they have here at Homestead. Still, officials are going to discuss 7 seconds into the game. Now they're going to go to explain to both sidelines exactly how they're going to line up to call the rest of the game. Talking to one of the officials at halftime in regards to all the unsportsmanlike penalties, and so there was just a lot of talking going down on the field. So now we're ready to go. Down an official. Here to start the third quarter, Jaya Wright, that is, hands off to Presley, and he is going to run it out across the 30 to near the 32-yard line, and now another flag is going to come in after the play. We saw that numerous times in the first half, and in fact, we were just alluding to it, talking to one of the officials at halftime, and it was just a lot of talking going on both ways. I don't know, from my vantage point, I don't know if we got the official call or not. Here it comes. Dead ball, personal foul. Offsetting penalties.
It's both teams. That is a first down for Homestead on the 30-yard line.
So no harm, no foul. Ball spotted at the 33. Jaya Wright with Presley in the backfield with him. Presley is going to get the handoff, and he is out across the 35. Right at the 35. That'll be a gain of about 2 and bring up a second down and 8 for Homestead.
On the tackle. That's about a 2-yard gain.
Right, again, a work out of the shotgun as Northrop shows blitz, and I think it caused somebody on the Homestead side to maybe flinch a little bit. Nope, they're going to say offsides against Northrop. That'll push it up to the 40, and that'll turn a second down and 8 into a second down and a much more manageable 3. Wright, again, a work out of the gun. They'll set a man in motion to the far side. Wright's going to keep the football up the middle and all the way up to midfield. That'll be another 10-yard pickup for Jaya Wright.
First down for Homestead.
And a first down for the Spartans.
Taken down by Ellen O'Grady.
Again, 4 wideouts for Homestead. Presley's the lone running back. As he stands back behind Wright, he'll get the call across the 45. Cuts it to the outside, now turns it upfield, and he is down inside the 25-yard line.
Picks up another big gain.
Another big run for Jordan Presley, who tonight became Homestead's all-time single-season rushing leader. They stopped the clock long enough to move the sticks, and now Homestead ready to go to work 1st and 10 in Northrop territory at the 24-yard line. Here's a handoff. This is Raber, left side, 20 to the 15, and ridden out of bounds near the 15-yard line. Keyshawn Edwards in on the tackle for Northrop. That'll bring up a second down play now for the Spartans, who already lead it by 2 scores, 38-24, but we did have a penalty on that play, an illegal shift against Homestead. So that'll nullify the run by Raber. And that'll push the football back to about the 28-yard line. Wright again will work out of the shotgun. 1st and 15 for the Spartans. Presley will be the lone running back. They'll go again with 4 wide receivers. Presley gets the call. Right side, looks to turn it upfield. Down the sideline, Presley to the 5, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown.
24-yard touchdown.
Jordan Presley from 29 yards out. And Homestead starting to salt it away maybe just a little bit here in the third quarter. Presley picks up right where Homestead left off in the third quarter, or second quarter, a quarter of which combined we had 8 scores. So now Nepper is on to try and tack on the extra point. It's on the way, and it is good. And with 9:38 to play here in the third, it is now 45-24 Homestead. For Presley, his 3rd touchdown of the night. 45-24. This is a game that Northrop at one point led 17-14. And since then, defensively, they have been unable to stop Homestead's offense. So now we're set to go, as Northrop will see what they can muster offensively here in this quarter. It'll come down to Barry. He bobbles the kickoff at the 10, out to the 20, and run out of bounds just across the 20.
Barry on the return.
So that's where Northrop will start 1st and 10, desperately needing to get something going offensively here in this third quarter. They have been able to move the football almost at will tonight, but ever since the first quarter, defensively, they have not been able to put really a chink into the Homestead offense. They'll come with 3 wideouts to the near side, 1 to the short side of the field. Shanley will work out of the shotgun. Takes the snap, drops to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. That's Azura. Shakes a tackler out across the 30. Out to about the 32-yard line. That'll be good enough for a Northrop first down. Of course, Shanley going to head to Cincinnati to play baseball next season for the Bearcats. Not done with his football career just yet. Works out of the shotgun. Handoff. They tried to run it on that left side with Casey Lawrence, and not much happening. Royal is checked back into the ball game for Northrop. As again, they'll go with 4 wide receivers, 2 to the near side, 2 to the far side. They'll shift Lawrence over to the left side. Just behind Shanley. Takes the snap, looks to throw. Heavy rush. Got out of there, and then he just kind of throws it in the ground, intended for Royal. So it'll be 3rd down and 11 now for Northrop. 8:28 to play here in the third quarter. Homestead with a 45-24 lead. Spartans trail at 10-7 after 1 quarter. Here's Shanley to throw. They'll throw back inside. Pass intended for and dropped by Tyler Klybon. So that'll bring up 4th down, and the Bruins will have to punt it away.
That brings up 4th down.
It'll be Presley back deep to return it for Homestead as Shanley will stand back at his 15 to punt it away. Shanley will get away a high kick. Actually, that's Raber back to return it. And it's going to bounce out of bounds right around the 30. And a pretty good kick for Shanley. And Homestead will start from their own 32-yard line. Northrop short of the defensive player now having to hustle onto the field is Nick Wheeler. So now we're ready to go. Jaya Wright out of the gun. Handoff goes to Presley. And he just kind of patiently waits to run behind his offensive line. He's out across the 35 to near the 36. Going to bring up a second down now for Homestead. Second down and 4 after the 6-yard run by Jordan Presley. Jaya Wright again out of the gun, takes the snap, looks to throw. Over the middle, it is caught. Out near midfield, shaking a tackle, now cutting it back to the inside, and he's off to the races, and that is going to be a touchdown for Homestead. Conrad Ketzel.
To Kazai for a Homestead touchdown.
54 yards on the touchdown. And Nepper again will come on to tack on the extra point. The lead is now ballooned to 51-24. There's a snap, it's good, the hold is good, and the kick is up, and it is good, and with 7:16 to play. Here in the third quarter, Homestead has now run that lead out to 52-24. Said 54 yards on that touchdown. It was 64 yards on the touchdown. And now Northrop, we'll see what they decide to try and do offensively. Absolutely gorgeous night for high school football. And now the Spartans will put it back in play. Kick is going to come down to Edwards at about the 15. Out across the 20, the 30. Keyshawn Edwards into the open field and finally run down inside Homestead territory. Finally able to run him down was Ivory Wilson. Big return from Keyshawn Edwards. And good field position for the Northrop Bruins. As Garrett Shanley will lead that offense back out onto the field. Casey Lawrence will be the lone running back. Honestly, I don't see a whole lot of groundwork ahead right now for Northrop. As much ground as they have to make up right at the moment. Shanley will bring a man in motion to the near side. And they will keep it on the ground. This is Lawrence. And he's up to about the 41.
McClendon on the tackle. Jack Klein also in on that tackle.
Shanley again out of the gun. Looks to throw, comes back over. It's intended for Clybourne, and it bounces off of him and incomplete. That'll bring up third down. Back into the lineup, Gavin Shanley for Northrop. Royal will come out of the ball game. Shanley looks over that defense. He's got 4 wide receivers. They'll keep it on the ground, and a first down run and more all the way down near the 20 or inside the 20. Looks like they're going to mark it close to the 15. Casey Lawrence with another big run for the Northrop Bruins. They'll mark it at the 15. And Shanley gets the offense back up on the ball and ready to go to work. Lawrence back in the backfield with him, flanked to his left. They'll bring 3 wideouts to the near side of the field. Barry, the lone wide receiver, to the short side. Again, on the ground, they'll run it with Lawrence, and this time nowhere to run. In fact, may have lost a yard.
Tackled for no gain by Tico Brown.
Tico Brown will get credit with a stop for Homestead. Again, Royal checks out of the lineup as Ty Smith back in now for Northrop. Under 6 minutes to play here in the third quarter, 52-24, Homestead with the lead. And Keyshawn Edwards looks a little gimpy coming off the field. And then he goes to a seated position once he gets to the sideline. Here's Shanley to throw. Flags down. Shanley steps up in the pocket. Now he's going to let her rip into the end zone, and that is Azura. And he is down to the 1 yard line, but hang on. Flags down back at about the 23. And it's going to be holding against Northrop. So that'll negate the pass play that got the Bruins down to the 1. And that'll push it back to the 21.
That was a delay game penalty against Northrop. That play did not happen.
Check, there was a delay of game penalty against Northrop. Here's a handoff to Lawrence, and he is going to be hit and dropped in the backfield. Nowhere to run that time as Jack Klein steps up to make the tackle. So that'll bring up a 3rd down and 16 now. For Northrop from the Homestead 21. Lawrence will flank himself over to the left of Shanley. 2 wide receivers each side of the field. Shanley steps up to throw. Throws. Nobody home. Royal was the closest Bruin to that play. It falls incomplete. And that'll bring up a 4th down, and obviously 4-down territory now for the Bruins. Lawrence, the lone running back, as Shanley takes the snap out of the gun. Now under pressure, rolls out to the near side, lets it fire toward the end zone, and it's intercepted. That's the second one of those tonight for Matt Anderson. Anderson back the other direction. Stutter step as he comes across the 30 and then ran out of bounds out across the 35. Interception number 2 of the night for Matt Anderson.
Interception and return.
And Homestead will take over leading 52-24 with 4:01 to play here in the third. Not sure what time you watch this game, but as we watch it unfold, they're playing baseball at Wrigley Field, and it's 0-0 in the fourth. Right, 1st and 10, handoff Presley. Dances through the line of scrimmage, still on his feet, out across the 45, out near the 49.
Jordan Presley picks up about 13.
Got a pretty good feeling you're going to see Jordan Presley playing on Saturday afternoons in a few years. There's some good young talent in the Fort Wayne area as far as high school football goes. Again, Wright will work out of the shotgun. Fakes the handoff. Goes over the middle. He's got Anderson in stride all the way down to the 10-yard line.
Pass completed to Matt Anderson.
Jaya Wright hit Matt Anderson in stride, and that'll set the Spartans up with a 1st and goal at the 10-yard line.
Tackled by Ken Vaughn.
So Wright again will work out of the shotgun. He's got Presley out there with him. And here's a run into the end zone and another touchdown for Homestead. Leighton Braden.
On about a 10-yard, 11-yard touchdown run for Homestead.
10-yard touchdown run. And Noah Nepper again will be on to try and attempt an extra point. As the Spartans have run that lead out to 58-24, and you can make it 59-24 as Nepper puts the extra point up and through. And with 3:10 to play here in the third quarter, things becoming ever so increasingly difficult for Northrop. As we talked about at the top of the broadcast, this is the 4th time in a little over a calendar year that Northrop and Homestead have met on the football field. In fact, Northrop had 3 straight games against Homestead when you go back to last year. The last regular season game, they met in the sectional, and then these two opened the season against each other back in August. So 3 straight games Northrop played against Homestead. And this is by far the most points that Homestead has scored in this series against the Bruins. Here's the kickoff. It is going to bounce, and it's still on the field. That's a free ball. And who fell on it? I thought Northrop thought the ball was going to go out of bounds. It's going to be Northrop football. From here, it looked like it was going to bounce out of bounds, but that football took a funny bounce and came back and stayed in the field of play. Crowd on the home side has thinned out a little bit since halftime. Homestead student section still hanging in there, though, dressed in their pink. So Northrop will start this drive at their own 18-yard line. They'll bring out 3 wide receivers to the near side. Shanley out of the gun, pump fake. Comes over, it's complete. That's Ty Smith, and he's out across the 20. That's where he's driven. Actually, he stayed inbounds, and the clock will continue to run. Well, Shaley out of the gun on 2nd and 6. Handoff goes to Casey Lawrence, and he is going to be stuffed for no gain. It's been almost feast or famine for Casey Lawrence tonight. Either he's found a lot of running room or very little at all. And that was on the very little at all side. Bring us to a 3rd down and 7. As we go under 2 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter. Again, Shanley, as he has most of the night, works out of the shotgun, takes the snap, looks to throw, comes left side for Clybourne. And they're going to say it's incomplete. Ball hit the ground. It'll bring up a 3rd down play, or check that, a 4th down play now for Homestead.
This pass to Clibben called incomplete. Brings up a 4th down for Northrop.
So Shanley will now go back to punt. It'll be Raber standing back near midfield to return it for Homestead. Shanley, it's a fake. Shanley is going to run it, and he's got the 1st down and more out across the 30 to about the 31-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down for Northrop.
Successful. Shanley picks it up.
So that's enough to move the chains and keep the drive alive for Northrop. A pretty good athlete in Garrett Shanley. Again, Shanley out of the shotgun. He's got Lawrence back there with him. He'll hand it off. Lawrence looks to bounce it to the outside, and he is tripped up. Tico Brown again, and he got it with a shoestring tackle. Back at the 30, a short loss will bring up a 2nd down and about 12. Down to a minute 10 to play here in the 3rd. Northrop has yet to put up any points here in the 2nd half, as again they'll hand off to Casey Lawrence. And a yard if they're generous.
Jeff Bilbrey on that tackle. Brett Trevino also.
So again, 4 wide receivers for Garrett Shaley. Lawrence, or check that, it's Edwards in the ball game now for Northrop. Shaley under pressure. Rolls out to the far side, still looking. Now he's going to heave it downfield, intended for Royal, and almost intercepted. 22.4 seconds left in the quarter. And it'll be another 4th down for Northrop. So after the fake punt by Shanley, Northrop unable to advance the ball any further. Raber now stands back at his own 35, and this time Shanley will punt. It's a high kick, but a short kick, and Raber will call for the fair catch out at the 40. And that's where Homestead will take over 1st and 10 with 15 seconds left here in quarter number 3. It's been all Spartans since the 1st quarter. They lead at 59-24. They trailed it after 10-7. Well, now we've got some substitutions. Archibald is in at quarterback for Homestead. And they'll hand off left side. That's a big hole. And it is a sprint toward the end zone and all the way down, still dragging defenders down to the 5-yard line. That was Aaron. Or check that, Adam Lutz. His first carry of the night. And he drives it all the way down inside the 10-yard line, and we've got an injured Bruin down on the field. Adam Lutz found himself a hole and hit the gas pedal and looked for a moment like he might take it to the house, but he was tracked down from behind. Of course, as is customary, when there's an injured player on the field, both teams have gone down to a knee. They'll still attend to the injured Bruin down on the field. And we have had a ton of scoring since the second half. We ended the first quarter 7-3 Homestead. Since then, touchdowns and field goals. We have had 10 scores in the second and third quarter combined between Northside and Homestead as they continue to attend to the injured Bruin down on the field. In fact, at one point, Homestead trailed this game 10-7. They trailed 17-14 at one point, and then since have just hit the accelerator and raced out to where we are now, a 59-24 lead over Northrop. As again, they continue to tend to the injured Bruin down on the field, who now they've got him into a sitting position. And we can tell you that it's Shatan Vaughn. And they are going to help him off the field. And boy, you just hate to see a young man come off the football field in that kind of capacity. And obviously having trouble walking as they're going to help him to the sideline. So when play resumes, it's going to be first and goal for the Spartans inside the 10-yard line. In fact, they're just going to run out the clock, and that'll be it for the third quarter. So after 3, it is Homestead 59 and Northrop 24. Of course, the winner will move on to play the winner of Carroll and Warsaw next week. And at last check, Warsaw was winning that game. So we get ready to move on to the fourth quarter here. Points have been aplenty. Offense has been aplenty tonight. And even though Northrop on the short end of a 59-24 score, they've had their share of exciting offensive plays tonight too. So here we go. First and goal from the 7 for Homestead. Archibald in at quarterback. Looks like the night for Wright and Presley going to be over. And they'll keep it on the ground. And Lutz is going to be stopped after a short gain, if any.
Cephas.
I don't think we're going to see Homestead in any big hurry to get their offensive plays off in this quarter, leading 59-24. I'll set a man in motion to the far side. Archibald's going to keep the football, dives forward down to about the 5.
Archibald on the quarterback keeper, tackled by Gonzalez.
Good hospitality here at Homestead tonight. In fact, really good subs in the press box. Sometimes that could be the highlight of your night. So Archibald again will take him to the line with 10 on the play clock. Here's the snap. He'll roll out to the far side. Got a receiver in the back of the end zone, and that's a touchdown Homestead.
Archibald's touchdown pass for Chandler Lemon.
Chandler Lemon, the recipient of the touchdown. And it's 65-24, Spartans. And again, it'll be Nepper on to try and attempt the extra point. It's on the way, and it's good. So 10:39 to play here in the fourth. Homestead's lead is now 66-24. Ever since the third quarter, it is.
Final score, the other side of the sectional. Warsaw 23, Carroll 13.
Warsaw has beaten Carroll tonight 23-13. That's a final. So the Chargers see their season come to an end at 6-4. And now Warsaw has moved on. They'll play for a sectional championship next week, and looks more and more likely that it's going to be against the Homestead Spartans. Barry and Edwards back deep to return it for Northrop. And it's going to come down to Barry at about the 4. Out across the 20, cuts it back to the inside to the 30. Davion Barry out across the 35 and spun down out at about the 37-yard line.
Barry on the nice return.
Nice return for Davion Barry. And that'll give Garrett Shanley in this Northrop offense some pretty good start or field position. Shanley stands on the sideline and gets some last instructions from the coach. Now he's out into the Bruin huddle. $10:29 to go here in the fourth quarter. Shanley out of the gun, hands off for Edwards, and he'll drive it out to near the 45.
Edwards on the carry. Jack Klein on that tackle.
It's Edwards again, and he's out to about the 48.
Ball carrier again. Tackled by Austin Layton and Carson Cox.
So Northrop still fighting. As they look at a first down and 10. Shanley again will work out of the gun. Takes the snap. Handoff goes to Edwards. Big hole up the middle. First down and more. Edwards trying to keep his balance and finally going to be run down from behind at about the 24-yard line. 26-yard run for Edwards. And that'll give the Bruins a first down. It'll move the chains. And 9:15 on the clock as we wind it. So Shanley is more times than not works out of the shotgun, this time with 4 wide receivers, 3 to the big side of the field. Handoff goes to Edwards, and not much happening there. He is going to be tackled for a loss.
Tackled once again by Jack Klein and Carson Cox.
So again out of the gun. Royal in motion to the near side. Shanley rolls out to the near side, lets it go deep down the left side for Barry, and that's incomplete. And that'll bring up a third down now for Northrop with 8:10 to play here in the fourth quarter. Again, it's the gun for Shanley. Edwards back there with him. They'll send a man in motion to the far side of the field. Handoff goes to Edwards, and not a whole lot doing there. He couldn't find any running room. And that'll bring up a fourth down now for the Bruins.
Tackled by Aaron Harris.
Casey Lawrence is going to check back into the ball game for Northrop. 7:38 to play here in the fourth quarter. Shanley again out of the gun as they go for it on 4th and 12. The lefty sets up to throw. Goes deep down the far side of the field. He's got a man out there. That's Azura. And boy, from here, it looked like it could have been pass interference, but no flag, and that'll turn it over on downs now to Homestead. Boy, just from our vantage point, the naked eye, looked like he was kind of being tackled in the end zone before the ball got there, but no flag. And that'll bring up a change in possession, and Homestead will take over at their own 31-yard line. Or check that, their own 26. Archibald on 1st and 10. Handoff, it's a jet sweep left side, and spinning his way and breaking tackles all the way out to the 45-yard line is Roman Chandler. First time we've seen Chandler carry the ball tonight. He's across the 45 out to the 46. Clock stops to move the chains. 7:12 to play fourth quarter. Archibald came in last play of the third quarter to replace Jaya Wright. He and Presley's night was done at that point. Here's Archibald, drops to throw. Now he's going to tuck it and run. Stutter step at midfield into Northrop territory. And now a late flag is going to come in, and I believe that's going to be a late hit on the quarterback on Northrop.
Big Archibald on the quarterback keep, and then there is a flag. Personal foul against Northrop.
So the personal foul against the Bruins will add 15 to the end of that run. And maybe at some point you start to see a little frustration start to set in. So that'll move it inside the 35 all the way down to about the 31. Just a little over 6.5 minutes to play in the ball game. Archibald again will work out of the shotgun. They wind the clock. Approaching 6 minutes. And Archibald just stands and watches the play clock run down. Now he's ready. Play clock down to 2. Archibald takes the snap. And the handoff to Lutz, and he finds very little running room.
Adam Lutz, the ball carrier.
Which is not really the point for Homestead right now. The point is not to turn it over and just allow the clock to run. .538 and counting here, fourth quarter. Homestead will move on next week. They'll play for a sectional championship against Warsaw, who defeated Carroll tonight 23-10. Lutz again up the middle, inside the 30, down to about the 28-yard line. And a flag is down.
Adam Lutz, the ball carrier. Face mask penalty against Northrop.
Well, the penalty is a face mask against Northrop. Nice breezy night here at Homestead. We're under 5 to play. Archibald again will work out of the shotgun as he watches the play clock tick down towards 0. Takes the snap. Lutz fumble the football. It's still loose, and Northrop has come up with a football. There to recover the fumble for Northrop was Ivan Smith, I believe.
Ivan Smith recovered that fumble for Northrop.
So now they'll go back on offense. And I believe we may have seen Garrett Shanley take his last snap. For the Northrop Bruins, and we have now in at quarterback for the Bruins, Bailey Musro. Here's a run up the middle. That's Edwards to the 30, 25-20. Edwards is going to go to the house. 71 yards and a touchdown for Keyshawn Edwards. And again, we just continue to see big play after big play in this game tonight. Edwards the latest, 71-yard touchdown run. And now Stipchik will come on and try and tack on the extra point. So Edwards with his longest run of the season. Extra point by Steptic is up, and it's good.
Extra point by Steptic is good.
And it's now a 66-31 score in favor of Homestead. We're down to 4:24 to play. And any kind of drive at all now from Homestead could just about run out the clock. lot of the other games around the area have already concluded for tonight, including the one on the opposite side of this bracket where the Warsaw Tigers have beaten the Carroll Chargers tonight. A little bit of a surprise in that one. So Northrop will kick it away. And it's going to come down at about the 20. Ball is loose. And it's going to be fallen on by the Homestead Spartans with 4:22 to play in the ball game.
Jacob Hedemeyer. A real short return for Homestead.
And boy, the home crowd has thinned out tremendously from what it was earlier tonight. Here's Archibald, going to keep the football, dances through traffic, out across the 40, and out to about the 41.
Quarterback keep by Jake Archibald up the middle.
So I'll stop the clock long enough to move the chains. We're down to 4:10 to play. So now they'll wind it as we're under 4. Going to figure maybe a couple more first down by the Spartans could just about ice this one away. They'll send a man in motion to the far side. Again, Archibald going to keep the football. He's out across midfield, dives into Northrop territory to about the 49-yard line. It's close to a first down. They're going to give it for Homestead, so they'll stop the clock long enough. They'll move the chains, and now they'll wind it right back up. Down to 3:22 to play. Again, Archibald, who came in relief of Jaya Wright, will work out of the shotgun. He's got Lutz back there with him as he stands and watches the play clock tick down towards 0. Man in motion to the near side, and it's a handoff. Right side, and tackler for Northrop tried to go really high on that tackle and didn't work out so well, but they get him to the ground as Roman Chandler credit with the carry. We work our way toward 2.5 minutes to play here in this one. It'll be Homestead and Warsaw to play for a sectional championship next Friday night. Archibald again out of the gun as we're down to 2:18 to play. Takes the snap, it's high. Now he's going to try to run out of trouble. Archibald running, and you just want him to stay in bounds at this point, but not going to happen as he runs out of bounds across the 35. Up at about the 32-yard line. Clock stops with 2:07 to play. Clock will start on the snap. First and 10 for the Spartans. Again, it's Lutz up the middle. Up to about the 30. Now that takes us under 2 minutes to play. Maybe a couple of more plays by Homestead should just about put this one to bed. on the ground, straight ahead. And that play will take us under a minute.
Up the middle, quarterback keep.
Final minute of the season for Northrop. Homestead will move on to play for a sectional championship next week, and Bruins are going to be called for offsides. That stops the clock with an even minute to play. Now they'll wind it. And this very well could be the last play of the ball game, if they would have waited just a little bit longer. So now they're going to be forced to snap it one more time, maybe. No, they won't have to. That'll do it. They could just let the clock run out at this point. So the Homestead Spartans are going to move on. They'll play for a sectional title as they will play the Warsaw Tigers next Friday night. Meanwhile, the Northrop Bruins are going to see their season come to an end, but not before putting up a fight tonight. Well, they led it after one, 10-7. They led it 1.17-14, and then Homestead just dropped the offensive hammer and ran away with the victory here tonight. As time runs out, you look at the scoreboard, our final score, Homestead 66, Northrop 31. As we mentioned, the 6A 11th ranked Spartans will now move on to play Warsaw for a sectional championship. Thanks for joining us here tonight in sectional semifinal football. Again, the final 66-31 as Homestead knocks off Northrop. Good night, everybody.